Hey everybody, welcome back to Mary Bird's Backyard Garden. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mary.
And we are back, Mary. We're back.
Here we are, once again.
We are back with another action-packed episode of Mary Bird's Backyard Garden. Because, as we all know, our backyards are full of action.
Action-packed.
They are action-packed. So what's happening?
It keeps us busy every day.
I know.
Keeps us entertained.
I know. Let's talk about the weather. Got to talk about the weather. We've gone from 80 to 100.
Yes.
It's now 100 and it was going to be 106.
It was supposed to be 106 today.
They downgraded us, but I think it's still maybe the heat index definitely be over. It's going to be over 100. So
wow,
that was quick.
There's a huge difference between 100 or right around 100 and anything above.
It is.
It's like a I don't know how to describe it. It's like somebody actually put a flame on.
I agree. Got to get your watering boots on.
Yes, you do.
Get on out there watering.
Yes. Actually, I'm pretty happy with our system that we put in the garden in minutes. It seems to be working perfectly.
It actually is really nice.
Such a good labor saver.
We have a nice timer on it and just kind of set it and let it go.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
It's very cool. Yeah, especially right now with the, as we're getting ready to enter the cooking season.
Oh, the cooking season. Okay.
That's what it is. It's the cooking season.
And cook those Swiss chards without even bringing them inside.
I know.
Cool.
Oh, gosh, that's pretty funny. But actually, some of the veggies, that is happening too right now, but that's okay.
It's hot. Okay, well, let's officially kick it off, Mary, and say what's new in the garden, Mary?
Well, Jeffrey, the first thing I want to talk about is we saw a beautiful, unbelievably gorgeous bird.
We did.
That came to a new bird feeder that you just put up.
We did. We saw a painted bunting.
We did.
Which is, if you haven't seen one, or if you haven't looked at one, they're really cool looking.
They are so cool.
Very colorful, and that's the first time I've seen one out there.
Yes, I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen one.
We've got a lot of birds. Let me tell you, we have quite a few bird feeders, so we have a lot of birds out there, but I've never seen that one. That was really cool. Really cool to see. Oh
my goodness. He has sort of a coral tummy, a coral red tummy. And then when he turned his back to us, it was iridescent green.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful bird.
So beautiful.
I have to keep our eye out for him. Hope he comes back. Hope he enjoyed our feast for him.
Well, you bought some new bird seed. I think you went to a big box store and found some new bird seed, and they just seem to have gone crazy for it.
Yeah. I mean, I did buy another bird feeder. So
I love the bird feeder that you got.
Got to keep the activity going out there, Mary.
I love that bird feeder.
I know.
You should describe it.
Well, it's like a cylinder one, but the where you put the bird feed, you just twist it and pull it out, and then you can fill it and then put it back. So that's the hardest thing with the bird feeders is filling them up on some of them because it gets all over the place. But this one, it was really cool. It's almost like a little pitcher that you pull out.
Yes.
Fill it up, put it in, twist it, and it's back ready to go.
And it's really cool because the bottom of it, when you twist it and you pull it out, the bottom of it becomes solid. So you could scoop your birdseed in there and it doesn't fall out at all.
Right.
But then you mount it into the bird feeder, and when you lock it into place, the bottom opens and it has 3 ports where the bird seed comes out.
Right. It's pretty cool.
It is nifty.
I like it. I love
that design.
Like it. It's a lot easier to me just fill it pretty quick. But they like it. That's where our friend the painted bunting was.
Yes.
Him or her.
Yes.
And it was a him, I think, because we looked him up. I think he was a male.
I'm pretty sure we had both. But we just didn't identify the female. I believe that she's sort of a yellowish color. I don't have the picture right in front of me,
I think so. So that was cool. That was a cool thing.
Mm-hmm. And we have our friends, the cardinals, that are out there every day. I love it very much.
The cardies are out there. We have a lot of birds out there.
We do have a lot of birds. I love that.
I do too. It's kind of fun. A lot of activity. We have birds flying. We have lizards going. We have frogs at night. Pretty cool.
Oh my goodness. And the dogs are chasing it all.
Yep. And the dogs go crazy with all of it. So very, very active outside in the backyard.
Oh, that is so funny. But I wanted to talk about this little plant. Every year, I go on the north side of our house close to a water faucet. And every single year, I catch my breath and I think that this plant is poison ivy. Anyways, it's not poison ivy, but I always try to kill the thing. It does have 3 leaves that come off of a central stem, but it kind of has a bigger serrated edge to it. And actually what it is, it's a balloon vine.
Oh, okay.
And it comes up and it does these charming little balloon-like seed pockets. And it's
cool.
As cute as it could be. And the common name for it is love in a puff.
Huh.
But every year, it never fails. I get all excited and I go get my bottle of, it's vinegar, orange oil, and dish soap. And I start spraying the heck out of it.
Quit killing it, Mary. Come on, man.
And then I go look it up and I go, oh, I remember what that is.
Quit killing my puffy plant.
That's right. The leaves are not as broad as the poison ivy. Okay. And I have to remind myself every year, but that's what's new.
Okay.
That happened. That's a seasonal thing that happens every year.
Very nice, very nice.
And I'm thankful it's not poison ivy.
I am too. I don't think we have any poison ivy. Never know, but I don't think there's any out there.
Well, I always keep an eye out.
Okay.
But you never know.
Correct.
And we are in the busy season of planting, weeding. This is the busy time of year.
Busy time.
It's
going to be morning times now that the temperature's getting up there, so we'll be morning people.
Mowing the grass. The
going to be morning people.
Growing like crazy.
We're going to be morning people.
We are.
I'm just telling you right now. All right.
Well, Jeffy, do you have any other news?
I don't think I have anything that's new this week. I think you're going to talk about some of the stuff, so I won't steal your thunder. But I think that might be all that's new. I know you've been busy out there weeding and playing and worming and doing all your stuff. So no, I think I'm ready. Let's jump right into our first topic. What do you have for our first topic of the day?
Well, last weekend was Mother's Day, and I had a beautiful Mother's Day. And one of my sons sent me a very nice gift. It is a plant. I guess you would say a plant. I don't know. That I never thought that I would. I never even had a clue or even looked it up. It just wasn't. It was in the periphery, and I had no idea about it. But anyway, what it is a mushroom growing kit.
It is. It's pretty cool too.
It is cool. Wow. We buy mushrooms at the grocery store and we always get the baby Bella. We're, stuck in a rut. But this kit grows a blue oyster mushroom. And that's going to be
cool.
That is going to be pretty cool.
It was very surprising when you opened that.
I was shocked.
I don't think you expected that. He had said he's going to get you something to plant that you haven't. He doesn't think you've planted, and he was correct.
I've never even thought of it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Well, the kit that he sent to us is by a company out of Maine, and they have a cute name. It's called the North Spore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Just very
cool.
cute. And they do several kits as well as other supplies and things like that. But this is the Blue Oyster Mushroom.
Okay.
I've never tasted it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to grow. The kit comes with a tiny little spray bottle, a set of instructions, and it comes inside of a box. And what you're supposed to do is there's a perforated door on the front that you carefully open. This is probably, I don't know, maybe 3 by 4, something like that. And inside there is the mycelium packed with sawdust. And so what you do is you take a utility knife or a knife and you cut an X, and all you do is spray water on the front of the mycelium. You leave everything contained within the box. And you keep it, they said, you could keep it on your kitchen counter somewhere where it might have a little higher humidity. And you spray it 2 or 3 times a day. And they said in 2 weeks, your blue oyster mushroom will be, the first one will be ready to harvest.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
And then you could keep repeating the spraying. And I don't know, it said you maybe be able to have 2 or 3 more harvests. And then you could actually take it outside into your garden, and they have a lot of videos about how you could get repeat mushrooms.
That's cool.
So I took a little bit of time to look up the blue oyster mushroom.
I've not heard of that one.
No, me either.
Blue Oyster Cult. Now that was a band. I've heard of that, but not the mushroom.
Well, like the name suggests, it is a blue-gray sort of color, from what I understand. And it grows, as I kind of think of it, like a bit of a stair step. So they're kind of one on top of the other, sort of. One place described it as a shelf arrangement.
That's what the picture looked like, yeah.
Like a shelf more? Okay. And so on the underside of a mushroom cap, you see what's called the gills, and it sort of looks like pleats or ruffles or something, right? And so the gills on the blue oyster mushroom grow all the way down the stem, and that's one way that you can identify it. So the stem and the cap on this variety are edible. The cap is going to give you the most flavor, and it's said to have a mild, slightly sweet flavor with a little bit of maybe licorice or anise as you cook it. It says that it has a little bit of a seafood, I'm sure, with oyster in the name.
Yeah.
And it has a meaty texture. And so the interesting thing about it is I think we could try to saute it with, it was recommended to use fats like butter or olive oil or other fats that you might enjoy. And you can also grill it.
Okay.
And the picture looked like it was a pretty substantial mushroom.
Yeah, we'll have to see what size it is.
We'll have to see what happens. But and then you, you could keep growing it. And the videos, this company has a very nice learning program. So I spent time looking through their videos. They have videos about using your kit several times. They have videos about taking it out in the garden, different ways that you could use it in the garden if you want to get more mushrooms or if you want to help your plants or things like that. So nothing in the kit is going to be going to waste.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think. Yeah, that is pretty awesome. That is
cool. And they're called the North Spore.
The North Spore.
I like that name.
And they're out of Maine.
Out of Maine, yep.
Thank you for this awesome gift. I'm pretty excited.
That's going to be fun. Yeah, I like that too. That's going to be fun.
The gentleman showed a recipe that I'm super excited about making, and I can't tell you the whole recipe, but it looked delicious.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think people can go out and check their website out and look at it and check the recipes out as well. So that sounds fun.
Very good.
We're going to be giving it a shot and see what kind of mushroom stuffies we can do.
No kidding.
I like it.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Exciting.
Good job.
So we've come to that time of the program.
Is it that time?
It's that time.
Oh, I can't do it without. It's Jeff's Corner. All right, Mary.
What do you have for us today?
I have something from the Texas Commission on Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, TCEQ, as we used to call it at the state. And they have a lot of resources out there actually, but they have a little PDF out there on managing the 10 common Texas yard pests.
Oh.
And so I was just going to go through these pretty quick for us.
Yes.
Because I think we have a lot of these, unfortunately. Number 1 is your friend, the grub.
Oh, yes.
So they're small, C-shaped, creamy white, which just sounds disgusting, with 3 pairs of legs.
They're pretty. They are pretty disgusting.
So they are actually the larva stage of the June beetle or the June bug. I actually didn't know that. They attack St. Augustine, Bermuda, zoysia, and buffalo grasses, and they feed on the roots and other underground parts and are most prevalent during the summer and fall months, which we know because we run into them a lot when we're doing stuff. We do,
yes.
So here's they which is pretty cool. They kind of give you the least toxic solutions on if you want to do something about them. So only treat when there's more than 5 to 10 grubs per square foot are found.
Interesting.
Apply your beneficial
nematode.
Mr. Nematode.
Yes. I love it. And you know what? That is truth.
I know.
Yes, it works.
And the most effective time for treatment is mid-June to late July.
Oh, very interesting.
So there you go. Put that on your little calendar.
I will do
Nematodes, June, July. All right. The second is the chinch bug. They're small and slender. They have black bodies and whitish wings with black bases on their forewings. Recently hatched nymphs are wingless and pinkish red with a light colored band across their backs. So,
okay.
I don't know if I've seen them. Maybe we may have.
I might have to go look up some pictures. I don't remember seeing them.
They primarily attack St. Augustine grass.
Okay.
But may feed on zoysia or Bermuda grass as well. They cause expanding, irregular patches of dead or stunted grass surrounded by a halo of yellowing, dying grass. I don't know if I've seen that one here for us.
Okay.
Now, the prevention or solution is you're going to like this. Make your yard a haven for birds and beneficial predator insects such as, you ready for this one? Big-eyed bugs.
Oh,
you know what big-eyed bugs are?
Is. I don't think I do.
they're actually true bugs.
Okay, like we talked about recently.
They're a predator. So they will feed on mites, insect eggs, and small insects such as bollworm, cabbage loopers, and whiteflies.
Very good.
They're in the order of Hemiptera, and the two most common in North America are Geocorus pallens and Geocorus punctipes.
Huh.
What do you think about that?
But
they call them big-eyed. They call them big-eyed bugs.
And so I mean, how would you attract them? That's very interesting, though. I like that. I guess if you have
maybe they just come in, maybe.
Yeah.
And then for chinch bugs, you want to check for infestation on the grass blades at the edges of affected areas. To test them, you can cut out the bottom. Here's that's funny, but cut out the bottom of a coffee can, Push the can 1 inch into your turf near the edge of a dead patch and fill the can with water.
Oh.
If chinch bugs are present, they will float to the surface.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's pretty interesting. I actually don't recall seeing these in our yard. Now, one thing that we have seen, and I believe you saw when you were weeding, is fire ants.
Oh, fire ants. Oh, man.
It's like a Texas native
It
here. So fire ant colonies include a queen or queens, winged males and females, workers, and brood. They can create mounds up to 18 inches tall. And usually we see them after a rain. We kind of see the mounds coming, not 18 inches. My goodness, that would be scary.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
We got that big rain.
Yeah.
And yes.
So they prefer open, sunny areas such as lawns, pastures, and parks. They're most prevalent in spring and fall. They don't injure your grass, but they're unsightly and off, they can sting you. So especially, the grandkids come over and stuff.
Yes.
Prevention and solution, you can carefully pour a large pot, about 3 gallons of boiling water on each mound. This will kill a mound about 60% of the time and works best after a rain. You can introduce nematodes.
Beneficial nematodes.
Applying them to moist soil at dusk. Or you can do baits, and there's a million things out there, right, for doing that.
Okay, so the beneficial nematodes apply to moist soil at dusk. Yeah. Okay, so they could work their way down in there. Alrighty.
Interesting. And then, as we know, every time we kick them out of our yard, they go to the neighbor's yard, and when they kick them out, they come back. So, it's kind of an ongoing. In all honesty, it's an ongoing thing.
And fire ants can tunnel underneath roadways. They can travel.
Yeah, they're
pretty.
They're pretty tough.
They're
group.
pretty tough.
But yes.
Oh,
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. But what? Tell me.
They're actually not a Texas native, but they're so widespread.
Very prevalent here in Texas.
They're ubiquitous.
Yes, they are definitely. And growing up here, I knew all about them.
Yeah.
Number 4 on our hit list: aphids.
Oh, the aphids.
So they're tiny insects with a soft body, long legs, and antenna. Most aphids are host plant specific and usually do not move to other species.
And an aphid is a pest in the grass. That is new to me. Okay.
Well, it didn't say grass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
They attack the new growth or the underside of leaves. They suck sap from plants and excrete clear, sticky honeydew onto leaves.
And I don't know if this is going to be part of your discussion, but there is an insect that farms the aphids. Was that part of your discussion?
Well, let's look.
Okay.
So they have they put the clear, sticky honeydew on leaves. The honeydew often causes a black, sooty fungus that blocks sunlight from leaves. Mm-hmm. They attack bedding plants, and we have a lot of these: crepe myrtles, hibiscus, oaks, oleanders, pecan trees, roses, and vegetables.
Interesting. Okay.
We have all the above.
Yes, we do.
Now, interesting. When you identify an infestation, introduce ladybugs, lacewings, and other beneficial insects to your landscape.
I love that.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
That's very cool.
I mean, I actually kind of like that, to be honest with you. So there, we definitely have seen these little green guys. Caterpillars.
Yes.
We see those pest caterpillars include the tomato hornworm, the tent caterpillar, the gianista caterpillar, must be Italian from Italy, and the spring cankerworm.
That bad old cankerworm.
They can be found year round, but are most prevalent in spring and fall. So here's you don't want to treat native trees. Caterpillar infestations are natural and rarely threaten the health of a tree unless it's already stressed or weakened. Monitor infestations of very young caterpillars, see if natural controls such as predators, parasitic wasps, or harsh weather will eliminate the infestation. Now, I've never heard of this one. Try releasing parasitic wasps.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't think that was a thing.
Yes, it is. It's very effective. And I haven't really done a lot of research on it, but I think they're very tiny.
Would you buy them?
Very tiny. You do?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Didn't know about that one. Huh. Dislodge young tent caterpillars with a broom or with high-pressure water sprays to allow your parasitic wasps easier access. That's pretty cool. I'm liking this. You can remove by hand egg masses or groups of caterpillars found on trees or branches, or you can prune them out of the trees. Use row covers as a barrier in vegetable gardens, and treat young caterpillars with Bacillus thuringiensis. Don't know what that is.
Bacillus thuringiensis.
That's awesome.
You can find it
That's
on
beautiful.
your product. They do it as BT.
Okay.
And that is Bacillus thuringiensis.
I love it.
It's a form of a microbe. It's a, what do I want to say? It's a little, it's not a fungus. It's a bacteria. It's a little bacteria. Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's not Jeff's backyard garden. It's Mary Bird's backyard garden. Okay. Fleas. Tiny insects with hind legs adapted for jumping. They leave black droppings around pet sleeping areas and jump when disturbed. They can attack pets and people. They mostly occur in the lower legs and can cause redness and itching. Most adult fleas live on the animal host, although flea eggs and larvae can be found in most soil in the yard as well as in bedding and carpet.
Oh, didn't even know. Well, didn't know that, but okay.
So the prevention...
I mean, bedding and carpet.
Yeah, that makes sense. So prevention is keep your house well vacuumed, especially where your pets are. Steam clean your carpets if you have carpets. We don't, but wash your pet's bedding regularly and use flea comb.
Mm-hmm.
And do your shampoos and stuff for the dogs, cats, whatever animals you have. Which is interesting. And the next, I do know we do have mosquitoes. Seven on the hit list is a mosquito. Mm. They're small, long-legged flies with two scaly wings and long segmented antennae. They have long piercing and sucking mouth parts. They lay their eggs in still water. This is fun.
Okay.
They're found in Texas year-round, but become more prevalent in spring and summer. Most active between dusk and dawn. Mm-hmm. So the biggest thing on these guys, as we know, you have to eliminate the breeding sites. So you don't want standing water in your yard. No
standing water. That's true.
You can use the citronella candles, and there's a bazillion things out there you can. It's a big business. Trying to get rid of mosquitoes is big business. It says wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing. If you opt to use mosquito repellent, apply to clothing and exposed skin. It's mostly about water. Just, if you have a leaky faucet, if you have standing water anywhere, you want to try and address that.
And you can also use the Bacillus thuringiensis in they sell them in cakes.
Okay.
And they also sell them in sprinkles. If you have bird feeder water, you could control it because it disrupts the breeding cycle, and then your mosquito, they can't repopulate.
Okay. I think our neighbor has a bucket of water with some stuff in it next door. FYI. I believe that they're doing that. One of them. So spider mites. You like spider mites? They're tiny. Spider-like mites with 8 legs, no antenna. They vary in color. They lay eggs on the underside of leaves and on buds. They attack fruit trees, which you have. Tomatoes, which we now know I have.
You have.
Marigolds, strawberries, roses, junipers, rosemary, and many houseplants. So you have to take a white piece of paper and strike some affected leaves on it. You'll see the mites crawling on the paper.
Okay.
You want to encourage, Mary, your natural enemies like the green lacewing larvae, the ladybug, and predatory mites. So you have
Very good.
mite versus mite. And then you can spray them with water and underneath the plant foliage too, and it'll knock them off. You can apply insecticidal soaps or horticultural oils and spray upward from beneath the plant foliage. Not on top, Mary. And now we come to snails and slugs.
Oh,
We only got one more. This is fun. Snails and slugs have fleshy, soft,
Snails.
slimy, legless bodies. They range from whitish yellow to black. They're
Well,
slow moving.
I don't know if I've ever seen a slug.
I think you have.
You ever?
Yeah, I think we've seen them out there. I think I've seen them
a
out there.
snail. We have huge populations of snails, and that is astonishing to me.
I think we've seen
I'm
slugs.
not sure about a slug.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a slug out there. They attack the
That's
leaves,
sad.
flowers, and stems of plants. They can completely devour young vegetable seedlings
Wow.
overnight.
Whoa.
So you want to handpick snails and slugs at night when they're active. So we can go on a little snail slug hunt at
We
night.
have to go on a tomato hornworm
Oh my
hunt too.
gosh! And drop them in a jar of soapy water. Attract snails overnight to a hollowed out melon rind or a shallow container filled with beer or apple cider.
Interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
That
Dispose of them in the
is.
early morning, replenish the bait often.
Wow.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's nifty.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Number 10 on the list is beetles. Top 10. He made the top 10.
Beetle.
The two most common pest beetles are the flea beetle and the cucumber beetle.
Okay.
Now you're talking.
Are they black? What are they?
The cucumber beetle is like yellow with black spots on him.
Oh. Is he similar in shape to a ladybug?
A little bit, yeah. But different.
A little bit different?
Yeah.
Okay.
The flea beetle attacks many vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant. Their larvae feed underground on roots.
Ooh.
The cucumber beetle attacks all members of the squash and cucumber family, Mary. They cause minimal feeding damage, but they spread diseases. So they have bacterial wilts, squash mosaic virus, and that kills plants. So you can choose disease-resistant varieties of squash, such as cougar, sunglow, and sunray.
Okay.
You can use trellises to get your plants off the ground, and you can remove make sure you remove the dead plant material. Treat the soil with beneficial neem. Yeah, it looks like they're, whoo, man. I think that's the way to go.
I think
beneficial. So that is the managing the 10 common Texas yard pests, Mary, from TCEQ. Pretty interesting.
I might have to go research that PDF.
You know what?
Look
If
up.
I know you're gonna, but if you do, there's also some little side notes, and one is how to build your own rain barrel. They have some other things out there like your guide to yard care, mulching and composting, managing lawn problems, landscape irrigation. There's a lot of stuff out there, and that's one of the state agencies here in Texas. So that is Jeff's Corner today.
I loved it.
Very
That was
long
so
one.
interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I thought I ran across that, and I thought that might be interesting.
But I wanted to go back to the aphids.
Let's do an aphid.
Do you remember I asked you what farms the aphids?
Yes.
It's a fire ant.
Really?
A fire ant will farm the aphids just like a person that runs a dairy herd.
Wow.
Because they want the honeydew.
Huh.
And so they'll cluster them up and collect the honeydew, and then they spread it all over the place. So it's not really a very good thing.
And the aphid? It'll do it with an aphid?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting. You know who we bring in? We bring the beneficial nematodes right on in.
I'm ready for them.
We bring them in and they do their
We might
job.
be ordering some.
I'm sure we will. It looks like they pretty much take care of stuff. So that's kind of a cool, organic, natural way to do it.
Absolutely.
All right. That's all I got, Mary.
Jeff. Wow. That was a stellar Jeff's Corner.
It was. That was a long one, but it was a good one, I think.
I loved it.
I learned a lot.
I can tell.
I know,
I think you did. I think it piqued your interest.
It did. Well, what else you got
I'm
for
going
us?
to get you out in the backyard with a magnifying glass.
Oh my
helping
gosh!
Me look.
I'm going to put the thing out there with the beer in it and see how many things we attract.
Yes, I have some melon rind you could use.
Oh man, I'm sure it'll attract other stuff besides what we want.
I'm very curious about the slug.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to help me look for that.
Absolutely.
Well, every now and again, not very often, maybe once a year, there is a Cooper's hawk that comes and visits our backyard. Jeff saw him recently. I wonder if he was looking for any of those.
He was hunting. He was on the fence for a long time. I sat and watched him for 15. He sat there 15 minutes or so, going, look on the fence looking.
Wow.
That was pretty cool.
That's very cool. Well, Jeffy, we went to the garden center. That's
we did.
My favorite thing. You know it.
We did.
And we did pick up some pretty interesting plants. A long time ago, we had a podcast on a thryallis, a golden thryallis. And as we were shopping at the garden center, I thought it was hilarious because we were pushing our cart and everybody we walked by was like, they have thryallis. Where are they? Oh, look, let's go get some, And it was a big hit that day. They must have sold out immediately. There was just so much interest. But it is a really good, it is a great plant, a really good hummingbird pollinator plant for your yard. So if you find some in the Central Texas area, snap them up. And I think that you picked up a very interesting plant, a white plumbago.
I did. I got the white plumbago.
The white plumbago. We're going to see how that goes.
We are.
I love it.
Yeah. It was looked pretty. And it was pretty good little size. It was already kind of staked.
Yes.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not giant, but it's, probably 2 feet tall. Staked up. And we got that in a big container now.
I think it's going to grow out very full, very, very pretty.
I think it's going to look good. Yep.
I like that one. And I was very proud of you for picking it out, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think you had a good time.
I did have a good time.
We ended up with a plant that we had like a hole in our front garden bed. And so I wanted something that would kind of be an interest piece there, fill it up. And we happened upon it's a form of a hibiscus. It belongs in the hibiscus family, but it's a hardy plant for our area and for our winters. And it's actually a rose of Sharon, is also known as an Althea. Anyways, and what they had done is they had trained it to be a single stem plant. I mean, it must be 4.5 feet tall.
Probably, yeah, it's pretty tall.
And it's got a lollipop form on the top of this standard stem, and it's going to be like a very soft, almost white blossom. And I'm pretty dang excited about it. We'll have to let everybody know how that goes. I think it's a really good plant for our area. Not fussy type of plant. It likes its soil to be evenly moist, but if it gets a little dry or a little wet, the plant is adaptive to that, as long as it doesn't go on too long. Loves the sunshine, loves the heat, and it says that it will overwinter for us. I might consider covering it this winter. I don't know. It's first winter in the ground, right? And you picked up a beautiful hanging basket.
I did.
Oh boy, here's a name for you. Diplandenia. Okay,
there you go.
It is very similar to a mandevilla vine, but the Diplandenia is really good for a hanging basket because it does not grow up or try to climb things. It grows cascading and a lower grower. And it has a smaller leaf, I believe, than a mandevilla vine, but it's a tropical plant. And so in our area, we will have to protect it if we want to try to keep it through the winter. And sometimes we're good about that, and sometimes we're not. We'll have to try our best. So those are 4 of things that we picked up.
We did pick those up.
Very fun.
The hanging basket's good. Hey, don't forget we picked up the mosquito plant.
Oh, the mosquito plant.
They called it a mosquito plant, but it's a lemon something. What is it? Lemon thing?
I don't have the tag in front of me. I don't remember if it's a lemon balm or lemon mint.
Yeah, it's got, when you rub the leaves, you can smell the lemon on them.
Yes.
And but they have a big sign on it with a big picture of a mosquito called a mosquito plant. So I picked up one of those for the back porch. We'll see. We'll see if it works. It's cool looking, though, even if it doesn't work.
Oh, I think it will.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. Nice.
Very good.
I think you were excited about that one because of the graphics.
Yeah, the graphic got me, pulled me in. I'm pretty...
pulled you right in.
I think we talked about it and we were moving off. I said, I'm grabbing this one. Threw it in the basket.
I like it. It's very cheerful yellow container.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways, so that's all the different things that we had a lot of fun picking stuff up. And I look forward to telling everybody how it fills out and how it does in the garden. I did pick up another coreopsis that I planted in there, and I've been very pleased with how our other coreopsis has kept going through the last year of heat and cold. And so I'm excited about that.
Okay. Very good.
That's where I am currently.
All right. Anything on the horizon for us this coming week?
Yes. Yes, there is. Sadly. Sadly, we're going to go bomb because our roses have contracted the rose rosette disease. And I've researched and read everything that I can find about it. And I've tried to do the supportive measures of increasing life in the soil and just taking care of the rose, but to no avail. I mean, our neighborhood is just got so much of it out here, and it is caused by one of the mites that you discussed earlier.
Okay.
It brings the virus, and when it chews on the plant, the virus becomes systemic. There's nothing that they have discovered that is going to eradicate the virus from the plant currently. I'm sure they're working on it very hard. So this upcoming week, we're going to be having to remove our roses.
Aww.
I have one fairy rose that does not show any signs. And I did discover in a discussion by another gardener here in Central Texas that she noticed, like a year before she began to see the witch's broom, some signs on her roses that they were under stress. And they included yellowing leaves, leaf drop, malformed blossoms, or the buds would come up, but they would never open, and things like that. So those are some things for you to look out for and inspect your roses. And this is an old disease. It's been around for decades. It's just that we are having a resurgence of it here in our area, and it's just everywhere.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm sorry about that, Jeffy.
No, we'll put something else in.
We're going to have to look for some new plantings.
We're going to do it. You know what? We'll put some new stuff in. I mean, they're might as well get something that looks nice. They're not really coming up very much anymore. The roses, they're kind of.
Yeah. There's just, if you have to make sure you get all the roots and everything out of your ground. You can't, if you replant on top of the old roots, you're going to just be asking for trouble. Okay. So.
All right. I won't just try to pull them out. We'll dig them up.
Well, one person said 3 to 5 years. Maybe you could return and try again. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if anybody knows.
We'll move on to something
new.
To move on. We'll do something new and exciting.
It will be fun to talk about.
See, I knew. I know. It's something new for you to look at. I like it.
We're going to be looking forward to weeding, which hasn't actually been too bad this year. It's been pretty easy to get everything out. And doing our research on what plants we might be interested in. And then it's time to, one of the things I need to do this week, if you are in Central Texas or in this growing area like 8B, 9A, it's time for you to look at your zonal geraniums. And if they are out in full sun or a majority of the day in the very hot sun, you want to kind of pull those plants, pot them, and move them into a shadier place where they get a little bit of dappled sun throughout the day. And maybe that'll help you be able to over summer the zonal geraniums here. And so that's on my list for the upcoming week because it's too hot in June.
You're going to be busy.
For my zonal geranium.
It's 100, Mary.
It's already 100. Yeah.
Okay.
Get your okra, your Malabar spinach, your southern peas, your eggplant, and basils. We have so much Thai basil coming up that yesterday one of the neighbors asked me if she could have a little sprig, and all I did was reach over and pull out a whole plant and gave it to her because we have it everywhere. It reseeds itself.
Yeah, we do have a lot.
But it's so
It's
beautiful.
cool, though. Yeah, I like it. Good
really
grower.
Good grower, beautiful blooms, and it is a pollinator hotel. They think it's a resort.
I know, but we got to get those beneficial nematodes in there, Mary.
Okay, I'm going to put in an order right away.
Oh my goodness gracious! Okay,
I love it. Thank you so much for that, Jeffy's Corner.
Yes. What else you got? Anything else?
I'm wrapping it up for today.
Well, as always, everyone, we appreciate you joining us here at the Mary Bird's Backyard Garden. And man, we got a lot of stuff we went through today. Went through
Very
some cool
interesting.
stuff.
I learned.
I did too. And it looks like Mary has a lot on the to-do list. So we will have lots more to bring to you guys here next week as well.
Happy gardening, everyone.
Happy gardening. Until next time we see you. We'll see you right back here. I don't think we'll see them, will we? No, we'll hear them.
Well, they will hear us.
Okay. And we'll get some beneficial nematodes in the meantime, Mary.
Yes, I agree.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time here at Mary Bird's Backyard Garden.